Welcome to yet another episode of Lucas&Moe Versus the World. Yeah, baby. Psych now. Welcome to another episode of Lucas&Moe Versus the World. We're about to go. We're about to go in.
Oh man! Can I get a raw, please? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? For the main event? Damn!
Welcome back, Knuckleheads, with a new edition of Lucas&Moe Versus the World. In this edition, we're going to talk about the top 10 DC animated films of all time. Lindsay Lohan campaigning to be Batgirl. Still confused by that. The Spawn reboot. But first, we're going to start with Vin Diesel wanting to play Bloodshot. So, Mo, I read this article, and I'm highly interested in Vin Diesel wanting to do anything outside of the Fast and Furious universe.
Or what's the other one he does?
That's about it. What, Pitch Black? No one cares about that. No one cares about Pitch Black.
Anymore?
Ever. Well, ever.
Okay.
So, to me, this is his attempt to launch a new franchise. What do you think about him playing this character?
I am not mad at him playing this character at all. And you are probably going to be like, what the fuck, Mo? But yeah, I'm not mad at him playing this character at all. I think Bloodshot was a movie that Sony had planned to drop last year, if I'm not mistaken. But somehow it fell through. Pre-production fell through, or production fell through. I think it's something they're still in talks with. Reading the comics, I love the comics, and I think Vin Diesel does kind of mirror the character a little bit. He can play, he does do well in certain action roles. I don't know if this will fit him perfectly, but he can play this character. I think we should give him a shot. And see what he's able to bring to the table. But if Sony for some instance didn't go that way, I wouldn't be mad at that. I mean, again, it's a trial and error that we're looking at with Vin Diesel in this movie, so I am not like 100% behind it. I also think, like you said, he's trying to start another franchise with this one. So, I mean, we saw what he did with Riddick and Pitch Black and all that shit. So,
fucking Triple X. That's another one too.
Triple X, yeah. I don't know.
I'm getting Babylon AD vibe from Vin Diesel trying to take on his character.
Let me see.
That's why. Like, let's be realistic here, people. Vin Diesel is no longer.
For you, it's a no, right?
And it's a no because it's Vin Diesel.
Okay.
Like, if Sony's going to launch this franchise, and it's going to take, I believe, a name, unless they are going with the low to mid budget type of film, which it's Sony. So Sony may want to do this as a low to mid tier budget type of film. If you're going to do that, I think it's much better to go with someone famous making a jump from television to film, or someone who's a rising star, than to go with Vin Diesel. Because once Vin Diesel's in it, all he's going to do is play the role as Vin Diesel. Like, it's no variances in his works. All of them are Vin Diesel as Vin Diesel. And I don't need to see that again. I'm tired of seeing Vin Diesel in action films. This motherfucker eventually got to act like he can act. And Bloodshot is not.
Okay.
Now, once I think of it, like, again, just brainstorming in my head of possible people for this role, but I would give it to anybody else. I mean, this is a character where is the person's race really set in the comic books, Mo?
No. This Bloodshot, I think race doesn't really matter in this one. I think race also doesn't matter in comic book stories, but I'm not the one to ask about that. For real. I'm not the one, because I think you can race bend almost any character except maybe like the big three in DC, but it's whatever.
Then I think you should go with either someone Latin descent I'm not going to go to stretch of saying Asian, but someone else. Give someone else a shot. And I think
if you do
if
say
you're Sony,
Asian,
you got to give somebody else a shot.
Don't forget that an Indian person could play this character, like an Indian actor, someone from Bollywood that does action movies.
Not someone from Bollywood. Though.
Oh, word! You're not that far strong yet. Okay.
Not somebody from. Only reason I say somebody from Bollywood is because of the way Bollywood films are shot.
Oh.
So it would be completely different. So I'm looking for areas where they do films that look like it blends with what this character would need his film to be. Okay. Bollywood is something. If I'm doing an action comedy, I would definitely look for an actor from Bollywood. Okay. But not for this, which looks like it could be a hardcore rated R, and it got to be a mid-budget film. This looks. The setup for it looks like it would be a $40 to $50 million film.
I mean, it should be. It should be a $40 to $50 million film.
$50 million film with Vin Diesel.
No. Vin Diesel has the Fast and the Furious. You're not
Vin
doing
Diesel's going to want control.
Yes,
that's another issue with me. He's going to want. Come on, The Last Witch Hunter still costs $100 million to make.
It's a shit movie.
Fucking Last Witch Hunter.
It's a shit movie for $100 million. Very shit movie, by the way.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can, man, this is a situation where you give someone else a chance. That's all I'm saying. Again, I don't have the name in my head to give this person a chance.
Yeah.
But give it to someone else. Again, I would prefer someone of Latin descent to get the role. Even someone, in all honesty, even somebody of Asian descent would be pretty to do this and to expand. Even, and I know this is a far stretch for somebody. Even if it was a woman, I would be fine before looking at Vin Diesel for this role. This has nothing to do with the comic. It has a lot more to do with possibly the control of a franchise, if that's what Sony is doing. If it's just a one-off, fine, do Vin Diesel, but it won't be a one-off because Vin is going to want to turn it into a franchise. So if you're looking for just like steadiness of it, and like Edgar Rodriguez, I think I'm saying the guy's name right.
I think that's
one who was wasted in Bright.
Oh yeah,
he would be awesome.
I can see that.
He would be awesome in this. That's somebody who I would look at for this. If you're going the traditional white male, even Joel Edgerton would be good in this.
You know what?
Not Vin Diesel though.
Yeah, Joel Edgerton. There's another. What about the dude from Avatar?
What else?
What one thing worth? I don't know how to say it either.
We know the guy you talk about. I'm the one who posted not being able to say names, Mo, not you.
Man.
But Sam, I don't know, because he's up there with Taylor of the group of people who had enough franchises that have failed.
Right. I think I knew what you were trying to say. What you said.
I mean, hey, in all honesty, I would jump out there and say Arnie Hammer if he doesn't, or if he isn't Green Lantern.
Wow.
He'd be a dope person for this part.
You know what? I'm okay with the names you've mentioned.
Just not Vin Diesel, Sony. Not Vin Diesel. Let's fuck Vin Diesel and find something else to ruin and attempt to build your universe off of, not a universe, but attempt to build this character off of someone else. Show more love to the character than you do to the actor playing the character.
Yo, since we're done talking about Vin Diesel, I say we should, keep it in the comic book realm and let's talk about the Spawn reboot that we've been promised. Because we got a Spawn movie. You know what year was the Spawn movie?
96.
And then we got the animated show on HBO that was phenomenal. Classic. And now, is it Seth MacFarlane? I believe so.
Todd McFarlane?
Yo.
Did you call him Seth MacFarlane?
I believe I am canceled from the comic book community henceforth.
Turn on your comic card right now.
Here you go,
motherfucker.
Here you go.
ain't allowed to talk about comics or shit. You just confused Todd McFarlane with Seth MacFarlane. That is so disrespectful.
Very. But yeah, since so now Todd has said this is going to be the darkest, the scariest. Like he's not even trying to tell us what this movie is going to be about. He's trying to hide everything. So, what do you think, Lucas? Like, if you had to talk about this movie, what do you think it's going to be?
Well, a couple of things that automatically stick out to me that Todd's pointed out so far.
Mm-hmm.
One, it's going to be a Spawn movie with little to no Spawn in it. That is very interesting to me. Second thing, they're predicting the budget will be about $10 million for this movie.
Yep.
That is extremely small.
But it's Blumhouse, though.
And the point, and as I say, the point that it's a Blumhouse film means it's going to be a horror movie. Now, Spawn is a character that has a lot of horror elements in it. But how do you do a Spawn movie without Spawn? In all honesty, at that point, is it a Spawn movie if Spawn's not in it?
He said little to no Spawn, so it could be a...
He's basically saying, like, at $10 million, they don't even have the budget to do a Spawn.
Yeah, because...
Not at $10 million. You do not have a budget to do Spawn.
You got a CG Spawn.
So the point that you don't have a budget to do Spawn, and he says little to no Spawn in a movie, dude, and you may see a mask or something.
I say origin movie with Spawn at the end of it. So you're trying to get people to see the first half, and then it's like, oh my god, I'm so excited for the second. Is that what you think?
I don't know, because if you're starting out with Blumhouse, and clearly at this point, like, you couldn't do a sequel with Blumhouse. Blumhouse is way too small of a studio to support the budget it would take to do another Spawn film. I don't know what the fuck he's thinking with this one. It makes no sense. It's better to say that I want to do it. If he would have done what J.J. Abrams does with Cloverfield, which is not say shit about the film until it comes out. I wouldn't tell people shit about it. I would give you trailers that don't hint or anything. And then when people see it, you notice it's the characters of Spawn.
What I also think it is, right, is he wants to be in control, 100% control of this. Nobody else is giving him control. No one is giving him control. And I think that's what it is. Because, again, you've never made a movie before, Todd. You've never made a movie. So I think most studios, when you pitch this to a studio and it's like, this is how you want it to look, I feel nervous about it. And I think most studios have felt nervous. But again, he said he went with Jason Blum and the Blumhouse. And it's like, yeah, okay, we're not going to give you 30, 40, 50 to do this. We're going to give you this. You're going to be in complete control and you can do whatever you want to do. And I think that's what we're looking at. Right?
In the realms of comic book material, when was the last time the creator, who's never directed before, has attempted to direct a film and it came out good?
No, never. Because even when Frank Miller did that one movie, The Spirit, Jesus Christ, I can't believe I mentioned that movie. I'm not supposed to talk about that movie ever again in my life.
But you got to, because in all honesty, this Spawn can end up like The Spirit.
And if it does, I will be so disappointed, and we'll probably never get Spawn for another maybe 10, 20 years because this movie is...
Until he manages to put the rights under someone who actually knows what they're doing.
Right.
If that happens, because, I'm hoping, I know it's been talks that he wants to direct this also. Man, listen. He better have the world's strongest producer and assistant directors and cinematographers
going to tell him to stop
behind this film, because you're going to have somebody who actually knows what the fuck they're doing. It's a fucking reason to work for years before they get to that directorial debut. He's done nothing at this point to even say he should direct this film. I understand he wants complete control, but at times it does not work out that way.
No, it doesn't.
It does not work out to be positive when they do it that way. I think we went through this with Stephen King when he redid The Shining because he was mad at Stanley Kubrick's version because it wasn't what he wanted The Shining to be. Stephen King directed one. It was made for TV film. It lasted 4 hours and it was trash.
Right.
I think this is the angle that we could end up with Todd McFarlane if he attempts to direct this film himself.
That would
I'm
be
hoping
so
something
sad.
clicks in his head to
Right.
say that I'm not
Don't
going to
do it.
direct it. Because right now, all the signs are pointing to him directing it.
Right. Man, I don't know.
Because the smaller your budget, the stronger your director has to be.
Right.
I don't think people understand that.
And
like when you're getting a $50 to $60 to $70 million budget, you don't need a great director. You just need someone who's competent.
yes,
When you're going with that $10 million to $15 million budget, man, that director better be great. Because there's so many tricks you have to do to pull off with a budget that small to make your film look great.
right.
That's the reason it works for M. Night when he does small budget films, like he did with Spoon, because he knows how the fuck to manage to do that.
Right.
So I'm a little worried. That's all I'm saying.
I was excited for this.
I'm a little worried about this one.
I was actually excited for this on the announcement. When they said he was going to be involved in it, but when other news started coming out, and I think you're right. The fact that he's talking about it, trying to get excitement and buzz about it, is what is worrying me, and I don't know if I'm 100% behind it. So I'm done talking about Spawn.
If he'd have dropped his film with no information about it, and it would have just dropped, not named Spawn, name it something else, just to get people's interest enough, show a great trailer which Blumhouse is awesome at doing, and put it out there, and then have people watch it and realize these are the characters from Spawn. Bring up Spawn. You can get through the entire film and set up the key character's death, which leads to Spawn. That would have been so dope. Instead, you told everybody you're doing this now. The expectations is way too high, and it could be trash.
That's gonna be sad. That's gonna be sad.
But speaking of things that could be trash, next topic is Lindsay Lohan out here campaigning to be Batgirl. Now, Mo, I don't know what comic book people, even though we just took your comic card, I'm going to have to give it back to you real quick.
Thank you.
I need to know. This Lindsay Lohan, forgetting all the drama of her past and everything else, visually, does she fit the look of Barbara Gordon, that girl?
It's a no from me, dog. I'm just gonna pull a Randy on this one. It's a no from me. I mean, no, let me think about it. Right now, today, no. 10 years ago, was it Kirby? The movie with the VW bug in it. Is it Kirby? Herbie.
Herbie?
Yes, Herbie.
Mm-hmm.
Herbie Lindsay Lohan? Could she do this? Maybe. Right now, today, it's a no for me. Like, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. No. Again, forget, like you said, forget the issues with her past, because that's not where I'm judging her. Because I think Lindsay could act. Just no. And I think my Batgirl, for a Batgirl movie, I don't want her to be a name. I don't want her to be someone that everyone has seen. You already have Ben Affleck.
So that's gonna happen.
I know. That's sad. That's the sad part of it, because you already have Ben Affleck.
Actually, it needs to happen.
What? Okay, so we're gonna get when you
it needs to be.
Why though? Why?
That girl is not a character that like people want to see in a solo film. Let's just be realistic. She's just not that character at all. Like, if you go see a Batgirl film, you're just waiting for Batman to show up. So you need an actress who is good enough and strong enough to carry this film. Was going to be somebody you've seen before. It actually needs to be a good actress. And normally for Hollywood, when it comes to good actresses, these are actresses that are either established or they have that rising star thing that's going on with them. Or, as I call it, the Hollywood push is going on with them. Like, I understand that people think that Gal Gadot came out of nowhere to be Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot has had the Hollywood push behind her for about 5 or 6 years before Wonder Woman happened.
Mm-hmm.
Gal Gadot had, in the same year that Wonder Woman came out, or a year before Wonder Woman came out, she had 4 major films come out that year.
Right.
That means she was constantly working. So you need somebody like that. Am I saying that's Lindsay Lohan? Of course not. Because she's a drug addict and she shouldn't be doing films at this point of her career. She should be doing television or something to rebound her image.
You know what?
Before she
hold that thought, because Robert Downey Jr. You know what? That's not the point. Keep going, man.
Are you? Because were you about to say that Robert Downey Jr.?
No, I was not.
About to say because Robert Downey Jr. had already reestablished himself before Iron Man came into play. Lindsay Lohan is still like not there. No one can even name the last time they saw a project with her in it that was good. And that's not it. That's not saying she can't act, because I won't go that far, because I have not seen her act in anything in so damn long. I wouldn't fucking know if she can act at this point. All I know is that everything going on with her has been negative publicity. She's still relatively young compared to a lot of these other actresses out there, but I just don't know. I don't see her in this role, but I know it has to be an actress that has credibility.
Okay, so again, not a name, but someone who has a push.
You said not a name. I have no issue with a name being in this movie.
I don't want a name. Maybe you're right. Someone who is a rising star, a young starlet. I don't know about it. I don't know if I want like an established name, you know?
But what would be the issue?
I don't know. I just want to see someone new in these movies. I don't want to see someone who I've always seen. That's just my thing. But then again, I'm not the one who makes these movies and these. I'm
about to say, but DC has not. DC has only cast one person out of all their films that qualifies as someone who you've never seen before. One person.
Who?
Ray Fisher.
Okay. Because if you had said Henry, I'm like, did you not watch The Tudors?
No one else has been cast in anything. And here's the thing: you brought up that with Henry. I'll bring up that Henry was James Bond.
Well, you talking about the Guy Ritchie movie?
No. He was a pick for James Bond.
Oh yes.
He had a push behind him way before Man of Steel.
But he was coming off The Tudors, like he was coming in off a hot streak into Man of Steel.
I remember him coming off Immortals.
No, so you didn't watch The Tudors? Because it was
I'm bringing up the point that he was a name already.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. From The Tudors, and then the pick for James Bond, and then Immortals, and then he did a movie with what's his face?
James Franco.
No, not even James Franco. He did a movie with the other guy, the bald actor, Die Hard. Fuck, help me out.
You don't remember the movie with James Franco?
Please, I know that movie, but I'm saying he did
but
one.
But that was kind of a big movie.
Yes, my dude.
And did it make money?
I'm just saying, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens when what's his name finally makes his decision, Joss Whedon, because that movie is happening.
When Warner Brothers makes their decision, it's not going to be a Joss Whedon decision. They're going to look for an actress who, again, either you're a rising star, and when I mean rising star, that means you can see her now. Whatever it is, if it's a rising star, it's going to be someone who already has the Hollywood push. So start looking at little films out here, people. All these like teen films or anything of that nature. The Shailene Woodley type movies that's going on out right now. Look at those people. One of them is most likely going to be Batgirl.
All right.
Unless they can afford and throw the budget behind getting like someone like a Shailene Woodley, who actually wouldn't be a stretch if he cast her in the role.
No, it wouldn't be. She wouldn't be a stretch. Anyways, that is Batgirl. And finally, last but definitely not the least,
I'm gonna disagree on that one, buddy.
No. Anyways, our last topic of the day. If you are here off our Gotham by Gaslight movie review, you know for a fact that I talked about it in that one, saying it's not my top 10 DC animated movies, and Lucas has said it's a trash movie. But
fucking trash.
Since that was what we discussed in that movie review, I wanted to do a topic where I talked about the top 10 DC animated movies of all time. Of all time?
All time, Craig.
So this is our all-time list. Ooh, it's not that difficult. Anyways, so let's get into this thing real quick. Lucas, what do you have at number 10?
You know what? This number 10 was one of the hardest things to come up for me because one of DC animated universe is not that big. Not that big.
30 movies deep though.
I'm gonna skip a lot of those trash ass movies. Bro.
Okay.
But but I had to go back to think about the feeling of certain films and what will put it in my top 10. So at number 10, the film that I've seen a couple of times and I really, really enjoy every time I watch it, and that is Superman versus the Elite.
Wow. You have a Superman movie in your all-time top 10 DC animated movies list. That is amazing.
I mean, this is one of the few movies where I thought, like, the way it was set up with the Elite and how they were, like, just fucking with Superman.
Oh, yeah, they dumped
the
him
whole
off.
time. Everything. It was so dope. And that's why Superman versus the Elite made my top 10.
Wow, that's amazing. I don't know if I could beat that top 10. No, that number 10. My number 10 is a little difficult also, but this was a movie that I think came off the Justice League animated TV show, and they decided to do a two-parter for it. Was it off the? I think it was off the Justice League animated TV show. I think. I'm not sure. Could have been. Maybe it's not. Anyway, fuck it. My number 10 is Crisis on Two Earths. I believe it was off the animated show. It was a two-parter off the animated show, and then they decided to pull it out and make it a movie itself. But yes, Crisis on Two Earths is my number 10. You might disagree with it, but I love that Justice League movie, to be honest.
Don't tell me we're going to get a lot of Superman movies in most list, people.
Actually, you know what? Let's go. Keep it going.
At number 9, hey, speaking of Superman, at number 9, I have Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. Again,
Fuck you.
I like the team up they did in this movie.
Fuck you.
I really did. I really like this setup. Again, this was more of a straight, like, animated series setup to me. Not too much of it, just great execution. And they incorporated the other heroes in it, along with Lex Luthor. Like, it really, really worked well for me. So that's my number 9, Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. What you got, Mo?
We could just skip my number 9 right now because my number 9 is your number 9, but whatever.
Wow. Really? That is why I said fuck you, because I feel like you just stole it from me. Okay, then my number 8 is Batman Year One.
Interesting.
Again, I really did like the setup of it. I really like the storyline for Jim Gordon in Batman number 1. It was really dope the way they set him up, the way he was just beating other cops' asses in this film, the way they set up the initial setup with the Batman and how he becomes Batman with Selena Kyle. Batman number 1 was pretty dope. That's my number 8. Do you got a number 8, Mo?
My number 8 is Wonder Woman, that animated movie that came out in 2009.
Wow.
I thought that was pretty darn good. I thought it was really good. I loved it, and I thought what I really like about it is how in that movie they kind of draw some parallels out of that movie and into the actual Wonder Woman movie we got last year. So Wonder Woman is my number 8 movie.
Cool. My number 7 film. This is gonna already know all you fucking comic book people.
Oh, they're probably gonna crucify you.
Yeah, but fuck all y'all, and I have reasons why. Because it was real close to not even making my top 10, but the point it got in here, kind of shocking to me. Number 7, Batman, Mask of Phantasm.
Wow.
This is a film that could be the most overrated in cartoon film ever made. And when I say overrated, it's so overrated. Again, Batman Gotham Gaslight film. Me, Moe, and a couple other people were talking. And I brought this up then and said it rated. Moe, had his little Superman cape on for this show. And Moe was shocked when someone else who was really into comics agreed with me that this film is so overrated and the story is so not that good. But again, I'm rating it because it comes and it's based off of the Batman animated series. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason it's in my top 10. Okay. And when I say it was very close to not being in my top 10, so fucking close to not being in my top 10. But because of the animated series and the love I have for the animated series, and I think part of the reason why people rate it so high is because of the animated series. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason it's number 7 to me. Other than that, the shit could be number 12 to me and it not matter.
Wow.
So Mo, what's your number 7?
My number 7, your number 10. So let's just keep it moving.
Really?
Yeah. Superman versus the Elite. And the reason no, you really are. No, Superman versus the Elite, to add one more thing into that movie that Lucas didn't say, that Lucas obviously left off, is yes, the Elite fuck with Superman, but when Superman was fucking right back with the Elite, that was interesting. We finally got to see Superman do
lose it.
Yes.
That's clearly what happened in that one. Is that Superman lost it?
He lost his mind. So I was like, okay, all right, you have my respect, sir. All right, what's your number 6? That was pretty quick.
Yeah, again, we're going through this list kind of fast, and this one was that I'm going to say caught me off guard a little bit that I liked it as much. My number 6 is Superman Unbound. Again, it's DC does a great job with Superman in animated films.
Oh my god,
they do an absolutely horrible job when they have to do him live action. But in animated stuff, he's pretty damn good. That's why this is my number 6 film.
Because there are no rules to Superman in animated films. In live action films, they have so many. You know what? Yeah. My number 6?
Number 6?
Yeah. Superman Batman Apocalypse. Just like Superman Bound, I think this is another one where you get... Look, I hate the fact that in most of my lists, it's a Superman Batman type combo movie, but with the exception of the Elite. But seriously, come on now. You had Doomsday, you had Superman, you had Kara, you know what? This is one of the rare times I'll say Batman had my respect because of what he did.
Because you're a hater. That's why I say that.
Yeah, this is one of the rare times. But no, Superman Batman Apocalypse, number 6 for me.
Okay, so we're in the home stretch here?
Yeah.
Top 5. I don't know how many of these are going to match up with me and Mo.
None.
I'm not going to guarantee any of them will.
Yeah.
That's fine. At number 5, I have Justice League War.
Wow.
When I first saw this, because again, I'm not in the comic books at all. When I first saw Justice League War, the humor of Green Lantern and Batman, Superman, the no-nonsense Superman, who's basically like, nah, I can kill you if I want to. And if you keep on playing with me, I'm just going to kill both of you and get you out of my way. Between Wonder Woman, I think every character was done great in Justice League War. Every character was done great. The final battle with them and Darkseid, it left a little to be desired, but the setup was so great, I didn't mind it. Justice League War for me is at number 5.
Wow. I'm legitimately shocked. Number 5 for me is Batman Year One. Again, not necessarily because of Batman, but because Jim Gordon in that movie. Fuck Batman. Yay, Jim Gordon.
You're a fucking hater. Oh, why you gotta be such a hater, man? What did Batman do? Did Batman touch somebody you loved or something?
Superman.
So you're just gonna hate on Batman forever for that. That's okay.
Yep.
That's all right. You know what? I'm not gonna be mad at you, and I'm not gonna let Batman be mad at you. My number 4 is a two-parter, and I put them together because it is one full movie.
Yes.
And that is Turn of the Dark Knight.
Okay.
Dark Knight Returns. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dark Knight. Again, I'm not separating it in part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, I don't think they need to be separated.
Whole thing. That's number 4 for me.
Okay, that's pretty cool. My number 4. You know what? Just because I don't want us to have matching movies at number 4, it's like no. It's definitely Dark Knight Returns for me at number 4. This is gonna be the toughest 3-2-1 stretch. But yeah, number 4 is Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, the Frank Miller Dark Knight Batman. I thought it was pretty cool, even though again they overpowered Batman. He shouldn't have beat Superman up, but yeah, whatever. He really even didn't.
Literally a reason why he beat Superman up.
He cheated. Yeah, he cheated. Fucking cheated.
He was smart enough to know better.
Alright.
Oh shit! You're such a hater, Mo. Such a fucking hater, man. Okay, my number 3, as we're in the home stretch, and the home stretch became hard for me because it's a film. I'm going to say it. I don't know if it's in Moe's top. I really, really wanted it in my top 10. It was going to be the film that pushed Massive Phantasm out, but because I loved it so much, and that was Justice League Dark, I really wanted it in my top 10. I could not find a way for it to get there. I fucking love Constantine. There was some issues with it, and I acknowledge the issues with it, but it was great to see a Justice League DC animated film that even though it had Batman was strictly a supporting character.
What a fucking side character. I was like, yes, finally.
But I digress. Finally. I just had to bring that up because it did hurt me a little bit that I could put it in there. But number 3, Justice League, Gods and Monsters.
I don't know why you love that movie, man.
Because it's so fucking different. The story of it is amazing. Like the setup of it is amazing. The story of it is amazing. Everything works well in Gods and Monsters. The way they set up Superman, the way Wonder Woman's origin story alone in this film is better than 90% of anything DC animation has ever done.
Wow. Okay.
Justice League, Gods and Monsters.
Okay. Number 3, right?
Number 3 for me. What you got number 3, Mo?
Man. Okay. Number 3 for me, which is really tough, but I love this movie. I think we're gonna get a different movie, I think, moving forward, a different take on this movie, but Superman Doomsday. That Superman Doomsday fight was the first time in my life when I'm watching a Superman movie and I'm taking those punches for him. When I first watched that movie, Lucas, and I'm like, no, please stop. Like, I was hurting for Superman. That was interesting, and I love that movie.
You put your little cape on for him.
I really did.
It's fine, bro. You put your little cape on for Superman.
Yeah, but we're getting the death of Superman. We're getting another, like a 2-parter movie where they're gonna actually do the real story. But I like the way they did this one, and I like this story.
Okay, so I'm going to say this ahead of time. I clearly cheated a little bit.
I know.
Because I couldn't decide what I wanted at number 2.
So you're going to put 2 in there?
I damn sure am, Mo. Because it fits so much better for me just to put 2 in here because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to put in there.
That's why you did the Dark Knight Returns as one movie.
Because I'm trying to think in my head because I thought I named this movie already, but I definitely didn't.
Okay.
And this to me is the quintessential asshole Batman film. And that is Justice League Doom.
Fuck him. Fuck Batman. Fuck this movie.
The shit Batman did in this movie.
Oh, what a fucking dick.
The end where Batman said,
okay,
you don't like it, you're damn fools. It's like that. I had to split that with, and that was a split between the film not only being good, but like possibly one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Justice League film. But I had to split it with the film that I think is the best Justice League film ever, Justice League Flashpoint Paradox.
You know what?
This movie in every way is perfect. Every way is perfect.
Wow.
And that's why I had to split it, because my love for Justice League Doom is so high, but I don't let love get in a way that I know Justice League Paradox is such a great movie.
You know what, Lucas? You know what, Lucas? I don't. I would. If you did, I'm glad you did it first. I'm glad you went first, because I was trying to justify putting two movies as one, and since you did it,
you can't put two movies as one.
No.
You can put them as two.
Yeah, I'm saying put two movies put two movies in the same rank.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Since you did it, yeah. Oh no, because Justice League Doom, you're right, and Flashpoint Paradox are neck and neck in anybody's rankings. They should be either 2 or 3, or like you can always switch whichever way, because Superman Doomsday is so good, and it's a personal movie for me, and that's why it's in this list, and that's why it's at where it's at. But for me to make a top 10 list of all time and not have Justice League Doom and Flashpoint Paradox will be stupid. So just like Lucas, at number 2, Justice League Doom, even though I fucking hate Batman, and Flashpoint Paradox, because as much as it is a Flash movie, it is a Batman movie, it is a Justice League movie in its own right. I love that movie, and because of that movie, we're able to get Justice League War, which Lucas really, really likes. So yeah, I'm with you in number 2. Okay, our number 2's match.
The big number 1.
I'm thinking our number 1s are gonna match.
My number 1 film, I think I've said it before. I think I said it during Gotham of Gaslight.
Yep.
In fact, I did, because I recommended you see it.
Mm-hmm.
It is domestically the top grossing. I think it still is the top grossing animated Batman film.
Mm-hmm.
That says one thing. Currently, 100% on Rotten Tomato, and that is Batman Under the Red Hood.
I swear, you would have thought Lucas was announcing like something really, really great. But yeah, he's right.
I am announcing something really, really great, Mo. Stop fucking hating because it ain't a Superman movie. That's why you hating. Under the Red Hood for Batman, me is, I'm not going to say, because I would never disrespect I'm about to say something to disrespect voice actors. I'll never disrespect the live action films by calling an animated film the best Batman film ever made. But it's so fucking close with Under the Red Hood. Like, the storyline is amazing. This is a film that if DC was to do a one-off with Batman, it should be the Red Hood. I won't go into too many details about how much I love this film.
So
and again, this is coming from somebody who does not like comics at all.
Yes.
But the setup of it, the way they set up Jason Todd, everything of that nature was so fucking great. As I said, I believe still is the highest grossing animated DC film.
Mm-hmm.
And it has its reasons why.
Mm-hmm.
Under the Red Hood. Number 1 for me, Mo. What do you have at number 1?
I have 2 movies at number 1. I cheated again. I can't.
I told you, you can't put 2 at number 1. Number 1 has to be definitive. So.
Oh man.
Hey, you got number 1 has to be definitive.
Because
see, I split at number 2 because I know number 2 does not have to be definitive, but number 1 has to be definitive. So go ahead, leave off one of those movies, and in your heart of hearts, I'm assuming these are both Batman movies. In your heart of hearts, you know which one you should have already put on your list, and a point that you didn't means it's not going to make your top 10. So go ahead and push that motherfucker to the side. Go ahead and stay the Red Hood as number 1. Because I already know the 2 movies and if you compare them together to each other, there is no comparison. No comparison. And that's what's hurting your heart. Don't let nostalgia cloud your judgment on which one is the better movie.
My chest.
Go ahead, Mo.
My chest hurts.
Go ahead, Mo. I already know what this is. I was expecting you to name one of these movies well before now.
No, I
and the point you didn't. Wait, Mo.
Batman Under the Red Hood is number one. Fuck it.
There you go. So, comic book people out there in the world.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
The reason Mo was stuck and he was confused is because he wanted to put Batman as a Phantasm. I said Phantasm of the Phantom up here, but it's not. He knows it's not a better movie than Batman Under the Red Hood. And when he got this high, I'm almost guaranteeing there's not a movie he would take off his list to put Mask of the Phantom on it. I know it's not one. Because 9 times out of 10, Mo did what I told his ass to do, which is look at that movie again and then tell me that's a great movie. It fucking isn't. I'm a little mad, in all honesty, that it's in my top 10. Because, again, Justice League Dark could have went in that spot to me. Hell, Mo's other pick, Batman, Superman, Apocalypse could have went in there for me.
Mm-hmm.
So many other movies could have went in that spot. But because I knew it's still a good film, far from great, it's good. My nostalgia would not allow me to kind of not place it in my top 10. It did, but it wasn't going to be strong enough for me to place that motherfucker nowhere near my top 5. Give you credit, Mo. Give you credit, homie.
I'm hurt.
It's a lot of balls.
I'm hurt.
A lot of balls. Because you knew it wasn't in there. You knew it wasn't in there. Like, it's so many. In all honesty, Mo, if you think about it, when we look at Mask of the Phantom and all these fucking people who look at this film with so much nostalgia about, it's so great. This and that.
Good.
Most of them have not seen it recently. They've seen it through the eyes of other films.
I saw it last year because we did a top 5. We did a top 5.
But then you already know. I mean,
no,
I can name a couple of them that it's not better than.
All right, man. Let's close the show, Lucas. It's enough.
So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Lucas and Moe's top 10 DC animated films of all time. Again, I will only recap the number 1 film. Our number 1 and number 2 are the same. Number 1, Batman Under the Red Hood. Number 2, Justice League Doom / Justice League Flashpoint Paradox. But this has been another amazing episode as I've watched Mo crumble and lose his comic book card on multiple levels of Lucas and Moe versus the World. You can catch this one on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, YouTube.
Yeah.
And I want you to listen to this one because Mo
is hurting.
Mo needs to slam down this comic book card to a lot of you people out there. Lucas, on the other hand, has no comic book card, and I would say fuck y'all at every way, shape, form, and fashion when it comes to my top 10 DC movies. But Mo chest hurting right now.
No, it really does. It really does.
That's what the Phantom off of his top 10.
Oh, man. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're really enjoying this.
Because I saw it coming, and I'm like, oh.
He said, no, number 1 has to be definitive.
I was expecting you to possibly put
Under
the Red Hood at number 2.
Nope.
But
what?
I knew you were gonna fall into an issue when you didn't put Justice League Flashpoint on your list already. Because I said, oh, screwed himself. I said, so
Flashpoint is so good. It's so...
Like, I need 2 at number 1. I'm like, 1 has to be definite. And then it became to you having to compare those 2 movies together. And when you compare them, it's no comparison.
I don't know, man.
I think
I might have to do a revision.
You've made my day, Mo. Ain't no fucking revisions.
We might have to do a revision.
You made my day.
I might have to re-edit and re-record this portion.
You did something I wanted to do, and I give you credit for that. I really did not want this movie in my top 10.
Wow.
And I was trying to find reasons for it not to be in my top 10. Again, Justice League Dark just had way too many flaws. No matter how much I love it, it had way too many flaws for it to push Mask of the Phantasm out of my top 10. But, I mean, if I didn't split number 2, in all honesty, if you didn't split number 2,
I would have had it there.
Phantasm.
Wouldn't have been on my list.
Phantasm comes into this.
Right.
So, I mean.
Anyway, thank you for
Thank
listening.
y'all for tuning in today.
Good night and God bless.
Mo's still a little distraught.
We're out.
I was told to defend this goal, defend to the death, to the very last